A bit back when I did a stream with some fellow Brush players where we discussed the potential of the Brush class in Splatoon 3, we ended up going a bit off topic and talked about the overall special design of Splatoon 2 and how Splatoon 3 is looking to improve by toning back some of the issues with specials, especially spam. For today's video, I want to talk a bit more about this rant we had and explain why specials in Splatoon 3 are shaping up to be better than the specials of Splatoon 2, even though we don't even really know all their ins and outs. Right now, if you asked anybody who plays Splatoon 2 at a higher level about special spam, they'd tell you it's rather annoying how many Tentamissiles are used per match. Tentamissile went from being one of the most underwhelming and least powerful specials to now one of the most used in terms of overall output. There are legit teams that have run comps that have gone upwards of 30 missiles used in a single match. Despite how people feel about Splatoon 1, even it had less of a focus around special spam, and that's due to how the specials worked. In Splatoon 2 as opposed to the first game, that is. If you were to look back at the specials in Splatoon 1, they're mostly all selfish, specials designed to do only something for the user. With Splatoon 2, they try to incorporate more teamwork into the specials, making it to where they could be used selfishly like before, but really shine when used in conjunction with others. This has resulted in a shift in how specials are seen. High-level teams often coordinate pushes around specials, where in Splatoon 1, most specials were throwaways or get-out-of-jail-free cards. Now you'll often find teams looking to regain space by trying to build ink armor and something like Tentamissiles before they even move. Focus on having specials be more team-oriented means the value they bring is much higher. When used optimally, they can even do more. Tentamissile is an example of the latest trend of specials that have come under fire for the potential being overtuned. And for years the community felt that Missile was the worst special, and over time Nintendo has tried to buff it and hopefully increase the usage rates. What ended up happening is they made it far more annoying to deal with than ever before. Tentamissiles offer quite a bit: tracking, paint, damage, special points, pressure, and counterplays to things like Stingray. Compared to other specials, it has a laundry list of things it can bring to the table. As mentioned, specials have seen a massive surge in use. There have been tournaments where single matches have had upwards of 30 Tentamissiles used by just one team. Now this has given rise to the conversations about which game ultimately had better special design, one or two. One having more fun specials that acted pretty much all selfishly, while Splatoon 2 has more focused specials but more oppressive ones. There have now been two specials in Splatoon 2 that have been overtuned, Stingray and Tentamissile. While Stingray was slowly over time brought back into power, Tentamissile is unlikely to ever be touched again, whereas Splatoon 1 started with overtuned specials that ended up working backwards and trying to balance them out. But what about Splatoon 3 specials, I hear somebody say somewhere? Isn't that the whole point of this video? Well, if we look at the specials we've seen so far, there seems to be a balance of Splatoon 1 style specials along with some Splatoon 2 style specials. Though it looks like there's more in the direction of Splatoon 1 specials, which have been met with positive responses from the community. While Splatoon 1 specials were more selfish, they were a lot more fun and put a lot more control and creativity in the hands of the user. The specials weren't all one note like how some of the specials in Splatoon 2 feel. That's why people like specials like Golden Stamp. The use of it can be so varied and unique that allows the player to shape how useful it is. In the discussion I did with the other Brush users, we talked about how Splatoon hasn't exactly had many stories, as in other games where things like stories are, the things that build around players. People are known for doing something or playing something in a specific way. In Splatoon, we don't really even have many of these. We have people who are known for things, for sure, but they're mostly defined by placements in the team, not so much a story behind them. It was mentioned in our discussion that specials being more open-ended will allow for people to build their stories around how they use their specials and how that affects the gameplay. For example, you could become the player who is known for using Zipcaster to flank with the E-Leader, or perhaps the player who plays the crab tank like a hamster ball. It gives players the ability to decide how useful the special is and how valuable it is. That was one of the more fun aspects of Splatoon 1 special design. There was really strong specials like Ingzuka, but if the player didn't practice enough or maybe just didn't know the small details, they may not get as much value out of it. The value of the special drastically changed purely based off playstyle and skill, and that is the type of special design I think the game needs. We need more playmaking style of weapons. Being able to make a big play and show off your skills helps keeps players engaged and wanting to grow and do more and improve. When people can make these sorts of plays, it also becomes more watchable for the community and again will help build stories. Now what about the special spam I had mentioned a bit back? The ink vac looks to be a simple solution that exists to handle giant swarms of specials like bomb launchers. Now, granted, we don't even know if bomb launchers are even going to be confirmed. As of the time of making this, we haven't even seen it at all. But if they do return, the ink vac could be a means to prevent the spamming of bombs from the special, or even just sub-weapons in general. This may be seen as bad, having your entire special be cancelled out, but it's actually a trade-off for a completely other special. Think of it like using ink armor when the enemy uses ink armor. You're just countering a special with another special, and bringing things back to a level ground. The only difference is the ink vac could actually turn that damage back around onto you. Overall, the design of Splatoon 3 specials are looking to be going in the right direction, going away from trying to be solely team-focused in a game with no communication, into specials that put the control and value into the user's hands. While they may seem more selfish, that type of design has been relatively well received from the community. People will find it more fun when they can pop off and flex their skill, as it's really hard to show someone that skill when they're doing something like just firing 10 missiles. But really, what do you guys think? Do you like the new specials? Are you also a fan of them going away from one-note special designs? Let me know in the comments below. But with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.